Back again with another video, and today bringing you a vlog. And I thought at first, just to have a collection update, but I wanted to, cover some more stuff that I wanted to mention here. So depending how long I go, maybe I'll break this up into two parts. We'll see what happens. But to dive right into the collection update, I got quite a stack of movies here. So we'll start off with the Blu-rays first. This first one we have The Departed. I don't know if you can see it all right, but yeah, great movie, great cast. And I got this for a few bucks at the dollar store. And I do have this film on DVD, so like I said before, trying to switch more to Blu-ray. So I'll probably, I'll just get rid of the DVD or sell it. But yeah, I mean, didn't have this on Blu-ray. But yeah, great movie, The Departed. So I got that. Next up, another film that I also have on DVD, but I wanted to get the Blu-ray. But we have To Live and Die in L.A. And I remember liking the film. I don't know about the ending, but, good cast. William Peterson, Willem Dafoe. The acting's good, but, again, the ending. But, for $3, why not? So, yeah, To Live and Die in L.A. on Blu-ray. I got that. Again, another set, double pack here, which I have on DVD. So now that I have the Blu-ray, I'll just get rid of the DVD. But we have the Grumpy Old Men collection of Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men. Both are funny, just good 90s comedies. And I miss these two of, Jack Lemmon, Walter Matthau. They were a great duo. And, yeah, great comedies here. If you haven't seen these, definitely check these out. But, see, that's what Arnold and Stallone should do. Make a comedy, like Grumpy Old Men. Not Grudge Match. Do it like this style. Do it in the style of Grumpy Old Men. But... So there's an idea for you. But, yeah, Grumpy Old Men, double pack. Again, just fun movies. Next up, another film that I have on DVD. Now that I have the Blu-ray. So, again, trying to convert more over to Blu-ray. But we have Sin City. And, yeah, sorry for any glare. But this includes the theatrical and recut. Extended cut, unrated version. So, yeah, see the inside there. I've never seen this film all the way. I've only seen, I've seen a little bit of the film, but, I haven't seen the entire film. It's just one of those films, but, yeah, so, really good cast. Benicio del Toro, Brittany Murphy, rest in peace, Mickey Rourke, Bruce Willis, Elijah Wood. So, yeah, I got this on Blu-ray now, so there you go. Got that. Next up, and I may have this on DVD as well. I think I do, so, again, I may get rid of that. But we have Shooter, Mark Wahlberg. I would say my favorite Mark Wahlberg film, or one of my favorites. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Mark Wahlberg, but, this is really good. I thought he was good in this film. Good supporting cast of Danny Glover and, Elias Cotis, Ned Beatty, directed by Antoine Fuqua. So, yeah, I mean, really good thriller here. I would say one of the better Mark Wahlberg films to me, but yeah, I got this for cheap, so I got that on Blu-ray. Next up, I got this at the dollar store, and this was probably $8. Which again, is another film that I have on DVD, but now that I have the Blu-ray of A League of Their Own. And this is the 25th anniversary limited edition gift set. And inside you have like a booklet. The limited edition gift set includes the History of Women's Baseball booklet, vinyl stickers, cards, patch, and luggage tag. All new special features, interviews with Gina Davis and more. It also includes director and cast commentary, 15 deleted scenes, 9 memorable innings documentary. So, quite a bit of material. And so, yeah, a really good film. Good cast, directed by Penny Marshall. But, yeah, pretty cool to have this on Blu-ray. Again, it's a really good movie. It's a feel-good movie. Next up, I got this at Walmart. And I know I had this on DVD as part of a double pack with Trading Places. But I don't mind having this on Blu-ray. It was a few bucks at Walmart. I know the sequel's out, but I'm not watching that. But we have Coming to America. And again, but yeah, I apologize for that. But yeah, I do like this film. It's not my favorite Eddie Murphy film, but for a few bucks, I don't mind having the Blu-ray. I'm like, okay, let me get that. Some special features up here. You do have some stuff up here. I think it's more back in the day. If it's new, let me know. But okay, for example, the Coming Together of America, the costumes of the film, the many faces of Rick Baker, character building, Composing America, the musical talents of Nile Rodgers. You have a sit down with Eddie and Arsenio, vintage, so it's back in the day. But again, I don't mind having the film. Again, it's a fun Eddie Murphy film, not my favorite, but still cool to have on Blu-ray. And yeah, see how it takes away the light there, but what can you do? Next up, got this at Walmart too. We have Popeye. And this is another film that I've only seen a little bit of. Haven't seen the film in its entirety. But what I do remember, Robin Williams is good in the film. You also have, Shelley Long, and she was good. So, no features. And this is the 40th anniversary Blu-ray. Okay, we have some features on the back here. Return to Sweet Haven, a look back with Robin and the Altmans, the Popeye Company Players, Popeye's premiere, the Sailor Man medleys. So I haven't really looked at the features that much. So I had to correct myself on that. But, sad you're not going to get interviews with Robin. But again, this is a film that I've seen a little bit of, but I don't remember much about. But it was, again, nice to have on Blu-ray. So, yeah, I got Popeye. Yep. Let's see. Next up, we have Fantastic Four. And let me see if I can do this, if that would help a little bit. It's overcast, but maybe if I open the blinds up a little bit, maybe that'll help. We'll see. We'll see. Again, it's not sunny out. It's like it's about to rain, but yeah, Fantastic Four. I do have fun with this movie. I know it's not perfect, but it's fun. Rewatching it again recently, I like the cast. I like, the chemistry between Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis. I like the look of the team. I thought they had a decent chemistry. I would say the weakest part is Jessica Alba, but, I could still have fun with the movie. Again, I know it's not perfect, but I still like it. If I can break what's a stick. But next up we have French Connection 2, Gene Hackman. I do have the first one on Blu-ray. I didn't have the sequel, but On here you have a conversation with Gene Hackman, commentary by Gene Hackman and producer. You also have a commentary by director John Frankenheimer. And again, I do have the first one, which I haven't seen yet, but it was cool to find this on Blu-ray. But yeah, so the French Connection 2, got that. Next up on Blu-ray, we have Mr. Brooks with Kevin Costner. And this is another film that I've seen a little bit of, but haven't seen the entire film. I remember Kevin Costner being, good in this film, a different kind of film, where he's like a, serial killer. And you also have William Hurt in the film and Demi Moore. But you have to give this a watch again. Again, I've seen a little bit of it, but I don't remember much about the film. But I got it for cheap, so yeah, Mr. Brooks, got that. Next up, we have The Town, and this is what includes the extended cut. But you have a really good cast, Ben Affleck, Jeremy Renner, directed by Ben Affleck, and again, this is a film that I've seen some parts of the film, but not the entire film, and again has the theatrical version and the extended cut with footage. Not seen in theaters, but yeah, we'll have to check out this film again, or go back and watch the entire film. But we have The Town, got that. Next up, we have Money Monster with George Clooney and Julia Roberts, directed by Jodie Foster. And I think this is sort of a thriller, kind of a hostage takeover type of movie. I don't know much about the plot, but it's something along those lines. So we'll see what happens. Again, it was cheap, but I do like George Clooney, and Julia Roberts. But yeah, Money Monster, so I got that. I've got 2 more Blu-rays here. Next one we have The Deer Hunter, and I do have this on DVD, I believe, maybe. But again, it was cheap. I mean, now I have The Deer Hunter on Blu-ray, so I'm glad. And again, it was not bad at all. I mean, as far as the price, maybe $1 or $2. And so yeah, The Deer Hunter, got that. And this last Blu-ray here, we have American Gangster. Yeah, Denzel. And I haven't seen this one all the way, but really good cast. You have Denzel, Russell Crowe, Cuba Gooding Jr., Josh Brolin, Ted Levine, Amanda Sante. Yeah, directed by Ridley Scott. So I know it's sort of based on the true story of crime boss Frank Lucas. So I think he's passed away now. I could be wrong, but yeah, American Gangster. So let me know about that. Now moving on to the DVDs here, and we got quite a bit of those. Start off with that one. We have, and I just picked this up a while ago at the dollar store, this 80s Beat Collection. I hope you can see it all right. And it's basically a bunch of films here. Now, one film is Flatliners, which I do have on Blu-ray, not Blu-ray, but DVD. Funny, I just rewatched that again, and that was cool to watch again. Yeah, Flatliners is really solid, but the other films I did not have. And the other films that are on this 8-pack. Is it 8-pack? Yeah, 8-pack. Okay, the other films are True Believer with James Woods and Robert Downey Jr. I don't know much about, but you can let me know about that. The next one is The New Kids with Lori Loughlin and James Spader, which is rated R. After that, we have Little Nikita with River Phoenix and Sidney Poitier. After that, The Legend of Billie Jean, which I've heard about. Helen Slater, Keith Gordon, Christian Slater. The next one, Private Resort with Rob Morrow and Johnny Depp. Again, haven't heard of that one. After that, Like Father, Like Son with Dudley Moore and Kirk Cameron. And the last one, Side Out with C. Thomas Howell and Peter Horton. So, yeah, kind of a 80s and 80s beat 8-pack. And again, not bad for $5, even though I already have... Again, I did have Flatliners. That's the one film on here that I do have, but I did not have the other one. So, again, for a few bucks, I'm like, why not? So, yeah. Got that. Put that right here. Next up, we have the I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy on DVD. And I remember watching the first one back in the day, but I can't remember much about it. And there's a sticker right here. But yeah, I can't remember much about the first film. I do remember it though. I remember what the killer looked like, but it's been so long that me trying to remember anything about the film, I don't want to be too off. But yeah, so I mean, this is like $1. Why not? So you can let me know about these films again. But yeah, so I Still Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy. Got that. Next up, we have Almost Famous with Kate Hudson. I don't know why I was blanking out there, but yeah, directed by Cameron Crowe. You also have Frances McDormand in the film, Jason Lee. So yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman. 2 Golden Globe, including Best Picture. But yeah, I've never seen Almost Famous. I've heard about the film, never seen. But you can let me know about that. Got that. And I'm hitting my desk. Next up, we have Apt Pupil. And this has Bride Renfro and Ian McKellen from the director of The Usual Suspects. Bryan Singer. But in the film, you also have Bruce Davidson, Elias Cotes. It's like dark. It's a dark drama. But you can let me know about this film. But yeah, Apt Pupil. Got that. Next up, we have Cinderella Man, Russell Crowe, and again another film that I haven't seen, directed by Ron Howard, based on the story of boxer Jim Braddock. And you have quite a bit on the back as far as bonus material, but yeah, for $1, why not? So I got that. Next up, a film that I've heard the title but I've never seen. We have Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai, Forrest Whitaker, and it looked pretty cool. I mean, somebody out there can let me know about the film, but I like Forrest Whitaker, and yeah. So again, I don't know much about the plot or the synopsis of the film, but somebody out there is going to let me know. But yeah, Ghost Dog, got that. Next up, we have Little Big League, and another one of those 90s films that I've seen a little bit of, but I can't remember much about the film. Maybe back in the day I watched more of Angels in the Outfield. Like, I remember that more. But for some reason I, can't remember this one. But I do remember the poster. I remember the name of the film. But anyway, yeah, Little Big League. So I got that. Next up, we have Red Eye with Cillian Murphy and Brian Cox in the film, directed by Wes Craven. And this is a film that I've always wanted to see, but haven't seen, so you can fill me in on that one. But yeah, Red Eye, got that. Next up, we have 16 Candles. And if I bring it over here, yeah, maybe. But this is the flashback edition. A 10-part documentary up here. Interviews with the cast. And, really good cast. Directed by John Hughes. It didn't Molly Ringwald said something last year or the year before about how she regrets making the film or because of certain messages or something like that. I thought I remember reading that, but I'm like, really? Are we going down this road? But yeah, 16 Candles. I got that. This next one looked interesting. I like the title of it. Somebody out there let me know about this film, but I think it was a TV movie. Let me backtrack. The Positively True Adventures of the Alleged Texas Cheerleader Murdering Mom. That is a long title, but you have Holly Hunter in the film, Beau Bridges, directed by Michael Ritchie. And again, I think it's a TV film, like a TV dark comedy made for TV. Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 thumbs up. But yeah, that is the name of this film. Again, the Positively True Adventures of the Alleged Texas Cheerleader Murdering Mom. I mean, look at that poster. Somebody knows the film. But next up, we have Altered States. This one has William Hurt, directed by Ken Russell. And yeah, I want to say it's a sci-fi picture. Not too familiar with the plot, but I've heard of the film. But yeah, Altered States. So I got that. I'm trying to move faster, but next up, again, I got this for cheap. Be Kind Rewind. And I remember having a little bit of fun with this film, but I think the last time I saw this film is when it came out. I remember renting it at the video store or something like that, but maybe I need to rewatch it again, see, how it holds up for me, but there's some parts that I don't remember minding the film. But yeah, Be Kind Rewind with Jack Black. Got that. Next up we have Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And this is the special edition audio commentary by George Roy Hill, Hal David, Robert Crawford, Conrad Hall. You get it's a documentary up here, a 45-minute documentary. But I didn't have this film, so now I do. But yeah, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, got that. Next up, we have 8 Men Out. And really good cast. You have John Cusack, D.B. Sweeney, Charlie Sheen, let's see, yeah, David Strathairn. But I think it's based on the true story of some kind of scandal that happened back in the early 1900s. But yeah, 8 Men Out. So I got that. Next up we have Grand Prix. And this is with James Gardner. You also have Jessica Walter in there. I know she's recently passed away, which is sad, but this is the 2-disc special edition. You got 4 documentaries on this. You have 4 documentaries on the film. And so why not pick it up? Again, it was maybe $1 or less. But yeah, I got that on DVD. But next up, we have In and Out with Kevin Kline. You also have Joan Cusack in the film, Matt Dillon, Debbie Reynolds, Wilford Brimley, Tom Selleck, directed by Frank Oz. Again, don't know much about the film. I've heard of the film. I know it's a comedy. I do like Kevin Kline. I like some of the actors in the film. But yeah, In and Out. So I got that. Next up, for the Clint Eastwood collection, we have Pink Cadillac. And I didn't have this film. And I'm starting to realize, my Clint Eastwood collection has definitely grown. I mean, I got all the Dirty Harrys. I got a lot of them on DVD, but I know for Christmas I got that 7-pack of his early stuff. And I got a lot of his later films. I mean, there's a couple of them that I don't have, but for the most part, my Clint Eastwood collection has definitely grown. But okay, Jim Carrey appears in the film. Okay, wow, I didn't know that. But yeah, no features. But we have Pink Cadillac. Got that. Move that over a little bit. Next up, we have Radio. A good biopic movie. I remember seeing this back in the day. Cuba Gooding Jr. is good in the film. Ed Harris. And yeah, it's a good movie. It's a feel good film. So yeah, got Radio. Got that. Next up, we have Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta. And you have quite a bit of features up here. Commentary by director John Badham. Some featurettes. 30-year legacy, making soundtrack history. Spotlight on Travolta. Dance Light Travolta. 70s Discopedia Fever Challenge. But yeah, I've heard the songs from the film, but never seen the film. So yeah, Saturday Night Fever, got that. Next up, we have The Pickup Artist. And you have Molly Ringwald and Robert Downey Jr. And Dennis Hopper's in the film, Danny Aiello, Harvey Keitel. Now, I know, looking at the disc, I'm a little bit worried, but I took a chance. I'm going to see if I can repair it, try and self-fix. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this is one film that I've seen at the pawn shop for a while, and the reason why I was hesitant of picking this film up because I knew it was the same DVD. So again, maybe I'll try and fix it, and we'll see what happens. Again, I'm a little bit worried, but still picked it up for $1, maybe less. But The Pickup Artist. Next up, we have, and I actually picked this up a while ago, we have Cold in July. And this has Michael C. Hall, Sam Shepard, Don Johnson. I've heard some good things about the film, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, Cold in July, got that. Next up, got this at Walmart. We have Scooby-Doo meets Batman. And I do have the Scooby-Doo series, but And I have to get some of the other Scooby-Doo stuff, like the Scooby-Doo movies. I mean, I do have the first live action film, but I'm talking about, some of the ones where they meet the Three Stooges, Don Knotts, some of that stuff. And I think this has all the episodes with Batman, Batman and Robin, which I thought Adam West was the voice. I was watching a little bit of this, and I'm like, okay, Adam West is not voicing Batman, but I don't know. But again, it was $2, not bad. But yeah, Scooby-Doo meets Batman, got that. Next up, we have Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore. You also have David Arquette in the film, and Molly Shannon and Gary Marshall. But yeah, let me know about this film. I mean, I've heard of the film, but you can fill me in on that one. And Never Been Kissed. Got that. Next up, we have, which I have the sequel on DVD, but we have Deadpool. I remember liking the film okay. I think I like, for me, the sequel more. For me, the sequel has more going for it. For me, it was much more fun. I thought the action was better. This is still okay. But again, I lean towards more the sequel. But yeah, still Deadpool for $1. Why not? Next up, we have Mad Dog Time. And this has Ellen Barkin, Gabriel Byrne, Richard Dreyfuss, Jeff Goldblum, Diane Lane. Interesting cast. I think it's like a dark comedy. Kyle MacLachlan's in there and Burt Reynolds. Again, really interesting cast. I don't know about the film, but we'll see. But yeah, Mad Dog Time. Got that. Next up, and we got a few more to go. Next up, we have Monster House. And I've heard some good things about this film, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, Monster House. Next, we have Vampire's Kiss, Nicolas Cage. And, I've seen some images from the film, and, Nicolas Cage with the teeth. And again, I don't know about the film itself. We'll see what happens. But, early Nicolas Cage film. And there's also a commentary up here with Nicolas Cage and the director. So if you like the film, there's a commentary up here by Nicolas Cage with Cage and the director. But yeah, Vampire's Kiss. Got that. Next up, we have Fanboys. And I remember watching the trailer for this I think around the time it came out, and it looked interesting, for some of the appearances. I haven't seen the film, but I'm like, I found it. I'm like, okay, let me pick that up. Let me get that film and check it out. But yeah, Fanboys. Let me know about that. Next up, we have Brothers with Tobey Maguire, Jake Gyllenhaal, and you also have Natalie Portman in there, Sam Shepard. I know a lot of people, speak highly of the film and Tobey Maguire, even though I'm not a big fan of him. But I've heard some good things about this film. But yeah, Brothers, got that. Next up, we have The Omen. And this is the collector's edition. And this is a film that, I've been wanting to pick up and find, and now I have the DVD. And, someday I'll get the Blu-ray if I ever come across the Blu-ray. But, this is cool for now. And quite a bit, looking at the features here, you got quite a bit of features. like 2 commentaries. You have an introduction on here by the director, Richard Donner. Yeah, so you got quite a bit of stuff up here. But yeah, The Omen, got that. Next up, we have The Scorpion King. Watching this again, I would say it's a time waster. It has some fun parts to the film, but I think it could have been better. Or I know directed by Chuck Russell, who directed The Mask with Jim Carrey, Eraser with Arnold. To me, those are better films. Again, rewatching it, there's some parts that I can have fun with. The Rock is not the problem, but maybe the script needed to be better. Or, I don't know, just something about this film, when I think about the director, it just doesn't really, it's not as strong compared to his previous films. But, yeah, The Scorpion King, again, I would say, okay, there's some fun stuff going in the film. Next up, we have Ghosts of the Abyss, and this is a documentary where James Cameron and Bill Paxton, they take a submersible and they explore the Titanic. And I did watch this. I will say, on a technical front, it's really interesting to see what they were able to do. And I think this was filmed back in 2001 and it was released in 2003. But James Cameron, if you want to be irritated by James Cameron, and watch this. I mean, this is James Cameron's, on this high horse here, exploring the Titanic. And there's a part in the film where one of the little bots that the submersible sends out to explore the Titanic gets stuck or something like that. And Cameron's like, he's getting mad and frustrated, and I'm like, good. That should teach you a lesson, Cameron. But it does seem like at times throughout, it's like an ego stroke for James Cameron. Bill Paxton, it was nice to see him, and he's cool throughout this documentary piece. I miss Bill Paxton a lot. The stuff with him is not bad, and again, he's not bad in the film. It's just that James Cameron, and he thinks he's the king of the world in this, but it just further shows how much of an ego that he has. He thinks he's the king of the world, but he's fucking not. If anything, watch this for Bill Paxton and some really nice, interesting shots of the Titanic and what they were able to do. But James Cameron, get off your high horse. Next up, we have Batman Begins, which I did say I would buy, because I watched The Dark Knight again and I wanted to pick up Batman Begins, but I have it on DVD. And watching it again, I like Batman Begins. I have problems with, kind of like what I mentioned in The Dark Knight, his voice, but I don't mind the film. So I got that. And to cap off the collection update here, we have the first 2 seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation. And when I picked these up, I was trying to look for the other seasons, but I only found these 2. But actually, that's season 2. This is season 1 of Star Trek: The Next Generation. But yeah, I like the packaging. I do like Star Trek: The Next Generation. And but yeah, season 2 right here. I would like to check out Deep Space Nine and Voyager at some point. But yeah, for $5 each, why not? So the first 2 seasons of The Next Generation, and lastly, we have the complete first season of watch this, The Dead Zone. Yeah, see how it darkens out, but yeah, Anthony Michael Hall. I remember this show being on USA back in the day, and I know a little bit about the show, but I'm not too familiar with the premise of the Dead Zone show. But yeah, it's still in a wrap. It's still in the plastic. But yeah, the Dead Zone, Anthony Michael Hall, the complete first season. And that's all the DVDs and Blu-rays here for the collection update. Now to mention some other stuff here that I wanted to cover for this vlog. Now that we're going on 43 minutes, but we're going to keep going here. Now, as far as reviews, I thought about, because back in October I started this right here, if I can show it. I know I started this back in October and I threw in the towel. There was a part of me that wanted to go back and finish what I started, as bad as these movies were, because I hated the first few that I've seen, and it really fried my brain. And usually when I start something, I wanted to finish it. And like I said, back in October, I reviewed some of them, but I don't know if I want to. Okay, there were 6 more. It's a 12-pack of the Gorehouse Greats. Very Z grade horror. Very sleazy horror, scuzzy shit. And yeah, like I said, I put myself through 6 of these, and there's 6 more. Now, I will be honest, I have seen Primeval, and okay, I'm like, I don't want to talk about that. I saw Stanley, which is a snake movie from back in the day in the early 70s. I'm like, okay, it's not as abysmal as the other films, but it has its problems. And again, to be honest, I don't want to finish this unless someone pays me to finish out this Gorehouse Greats. But the rest of them, you have Primeval, Satan's Slave, which those 2, I've seen Primeval, and that was enough for me to say, okay, I don't want to really put myself through this anymore. I know people are like, why are you torturing yourself like that? Again, I go back to the whole thing of, when I start something, I would like to finish it, even though, a few months ago I threw in the towel and I didn't want to talk about it anymore. I really put my brain through a fucking roller coaster of abysmal horror. But, again, I've seen Primeval, and Satan's Slave, it's one of those dark, satanic ritual movies with Michael Goff. Yeah, Alfred from Batman is in there, from the 70s. But the rest of them, you had Stanley, again, which is not as bad compared to some of the other abysmal films. But you also have Terrified from the 60s, Terror from the 70s, Trip with the Teacher, and I think I mentioned this on Patreon that I was going to cover this collection pack and finish it out, but to be honest, I'm good. I'm good on this. I know the discs are loose, but you know what? I don't care. I'm good on this. Again, that's something I wanted to mention, that I did give it some thought. If someone wants to pay, I'll put myself through it, but I ain't going to do it. Now, what I will do, because I've had these for a while, which I know, these right here are also collection packs. But this one right here, you know what? Like this one, the Gorehouse Greats, the one I just showed you, to me, that again, that's really Z level abysmal sleazy shit. Like here on this, okay, for example, this 7 classic horror movies monster set. You have Night of the Living Dead, the original, Count Dracula and this vampire, Christopher Lee, Nightmare Castle, The Devil's Nightmare, The She-Beast, Snow Beast, The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman. Like, okay, I could probably put myself through this, and it won't be as bad as that. Pretty soon here I'm going to review these, and maybe, of course, I'll do some other stuff in between, but I'll do this collection pack, and I'll do this collection pack, this is the Termination Collection that consists of 5 movies. You have Cyber Vengeance, the next one is Running Delilah with Kim Cattrall, the third one is Shadow Chaser, the fourth one is Stormtrooper, and the last one is Star Knight, starring Harvey Keitel. So I will check these out. Again, I'm good on the Gorehouse Greats. These right here, yeah, I'm good on that. Like, I could see myself getting through these a little bit better, like, because you got some stuff in here with Christopher Lee. You got Night of the Living Dead, the original. So, and with this one, this Termination I almost said Termination Salvation, but this Termination collection pack that has Cyber Vengeance, Running Delilah, Shadow Chaser, Stormtrooper, Star Knight. Again, I think there would be some gems in here compared to that collection pack over there. So if you wonder about upcoming reviews, some reviews that are coming up the pike, these right here. So I will talk about those. See what else to mention here. Oh, and sometime in April, I want to do MacGyver Season 2 reviews, so I'll be working on that, writing notes down, preparing for that. If you haven't, I have reviewed Season 1, so if you want to go back and check that out. Also, and this is something else that I've mentioned on Patreon, because I do posts on Patreon, and they're public. But, anywho, I got this for Christmas, and I've been wanting to play this game. So at some point here in April, I will start on playthroughs for Days Gone. And again, I don't know much about the game, but as you can see, it's still in the wrap, and it's been 3 months. I haven't opened it, I haven't played it, but this is a game that I do want to check out. I will do playthroughs of, and probably, it'll be like 1 hour playthrough episodes, but get a start on it. And yeah, this is a game that I've been wanting to play. So at some point in April, you will get some playthroughs of Days Gone. So yeah, like I said, I got it for Christmas, and now's the time to really crack this open, get into the game, and so you get to see some playthroughs of that. Let's see what else to mention here. Oh yeah, more collabs. I know, recently you've seen some videos with me and the guys. Then I did a little video with Matt Thomas, Studio Red Band, where we talked about the Snyder Cut. I did a video with Mar Talks, great guy up here. Go check out his channel. But we answered questions, and it was a 2-parter. Again, Mar Talks. Mario's a great guy. And also did one with Fabio recently. And I'm trying to basically, again, do more hangouts, more collaborations with the guys up here, my friends, like, Matt Thomas and Fabio and Mario. And at some point, Wildman Beyond, I know he'll come back. And some other people out there. Maybe Rambarab at some point. We'll see what happens. I know he has his plate full, but maybe might go CP. We'll see what happens. Definitely would like to, again, do more collabs and do where we can have 3 or 4 people, Yeah, just have fun, sit back and talk about movies, rant about different stuff going on, movie news, what have you. So I want to do more collaborations and have fun. Just have fun with the guys. But yeah, if you haven't, you can go back and check out my latest collaboration with Fabio, the Italian Stallion 51. I think what happened there were some people that were expecting a live stream with Fabio, but it was actually a recorded session on Skype. Like we got up on Skype and we talked and answered questions. So, next time with Fabio, we'll do a live stream or something. So we'll figure that out. Bud, great guy up here. But yeah, like I said, more collaborations I want to do. I wanted to mention that. Also, something I haven't really mentioned up here, Letterboxd, which I do have. I haven't really done much with my profile, my account. I think I opened it back it was last year when I made an account, a profile, and I added a couple of films. Like I started on it, but I've been needing to really jump back on that and really update my profile, add more to my lists and, again, make it to where what I have. It'd be cool. I don't know if I can. It'd be cool to like really put all of my films in that, Letterboxd, and that way what I own, which I have many films. I mean, including the ones that I just showed you. But yeah, I mean, Letterboxd, I do have a profile up there. If you want to follow me up there as well. Again, I have to update and add more to it. But I do have that. I'll put a link for that down below. Again, it's not much up there when you click on the link and you see on my profile, there's not much, but I definitely want to change that. So I wanted to mention that. My next Patreon review request from Creative Comics, I'm sure will come up at some point. And I know I did 2 reviews for him in March because he joined my Patreon at the very end of February. So I didn't get his first request until like the first week of March. So that's why I reviewed 2 films for him. But for April, I'll find out what that film is. I'm sure he'll let me know. And also, again, for Patreon, community posts. Since I don't have that yet on YouTube, I'm a ways from that. I have definitely, because I think you got to have 1,000 or more subs to have community posts, and I don't have that on YouTube yet. But on Patreon, I've made that public. So you can feel free to check that out. Lately, it's been posting videos up there, like recent uploads. I haven't really typed up any sort of like paragraphs or random ideas and thoughts. But community posts are public on Patreon. Yeah, that's it for now. I know I covered a lot here. There's a lot that I mentioned here, but yeah, so that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more, and more to come. Videos, reviews, what have you. And again, Twitter, you can also follow me on Twitter at TheZeroCool. I always mention that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good day, and I'm out.